Hello, Jefferson Forest High School. As you know, I am Samuel Gillespie.
And I am Burke Bankston.
Burke, do you know what this Friday is?
I have no idea, Sam.
You have no idea what this Friday is?
I don't. Please inform me.
All right. This Friday, May 13th, is voting day for SCA.
Is it really?
So we want to make sure that everyone listening goes out and votes on the Google form that gets sent out.
Hey, tell your friends to vote.
Yeah, it is very important that you stay involved in the student body and that you're acclimated and that you're working for the better of the community.
Every vote matters and counts. So please,
you know what,
please
Burke,
fill out the Google form.
Speaking of SCA, we have a SCA sponsor with us today.
That we do.
The junior class sponsor. She's also a calc teacher. We present to you today, Miss Hevener.
Woo. Hey, Miss Hevener.
There's like a bunch of people in here clapping. You just can't hear
yeah,
it
we
all.
have a
Yeah,
whole audience.
whole audience.
I mean, we did ask Miss Lightfoot if she wanted to be our audience.
Yeah.
She politely declined.
She said, that sounds like a really fun idea, but
maybe next time.
Which
means no.
All right, Miss Hevener, tell us a little about yourself.
All right. So, just like Sam said, I'm a junior class sponsor, faculty sponsor. I also teach AP Calculus. The best, actually, AP Calculus teacher. There is one other teacher, that's Mr. Eggle, but...
Shout out to Mr. Eggle.
No, well, not really. You just, if you ask anybody, they'll tell you I'm better. Yeah. So anyway, about me though. Enough about Mr. Eggle. So this is my 11th year teaching at JF and my 11th year teaching. I graduated college from NC State and with a degree in math and math education and just jumped right into teaching. And I've been teaching calculus for 10 years actually. I used to teach algebra 2.
Algebra 2.
Yeah. It was a big switch over to my AP kids, but I liked both sets. I just really enjoyed teaching. It's been great. I come from a really small town. Giles County is the county, just on the other side of Blacksburg. So if you're familiar with that area,
Not at all.
and it's just sandwiched right in between Blacksburg and West Virginia. It's just really, really tiny. But my husband and I actually went to high school together.
Wow.
We dated in high school,
Oh.
high school sweethearts.
Yep.
That's right. Both of us went to NC State and then landed here in Forest.
That's a small town.
Mm-hmm.
Must be.
What?
It is.
High school sweethearts.
What landed you in Forest? Just the school
Oh,
system?
no. Well, my husband, he's a nuclear engineer. And,
Oh, wow.
Where?
Yeah, at the
Framingham?
time, he got hired by Arriva,
Okay.
which is now Framingham.
Now Framingham.
And then he's now working for BWXT. So still in the area.
Yep.
That's awesome.
Works for BWXT. Yeah. We love it here.
Burke does an internship at
Do-
Framertome, which used to be Arriva.
Right.
Yeah.
Formerly Reva Framingham. I do one through Gov School.
Yeah.
That's
He
awesome.
probably worked for some of the old guys that my husband used to work
Yeah,
with. Yeah.
probably. So we wanted to just ask you, what was what motivated you to go into teaching?
Yeah.
Was there a driving motive, or was it just it happened?
Yeah, it kind of both. In high school, I had an algebra 2 teacher. Actually, was just so influential to me. He was really great teacher, great guy. He was a principal. Put in a lot of time, and he was diagnosed with cancer when I was in high school. And he continued to teach all through all of his treatments up until his very last few days. He was at the school teaching, doing what he loved to do. Which I thought, gosh, if it's so important to him, there's got to be something to it. So I went from there, and I thought, yeah, that sounds great. And then my senior year, when you're all deciding, well, what the heck am I going to do after high school? I thought, well, I guess I'm good at math, so let's just go that route. Let's do math. And I actually had one teacher in high school who looked at me. I wasn't the best student as far as getting homework done and everything. I was kind of a little bit of a slacker when it came to doing that. And she looked at me and she said, well, it's going to be really tough. And I said, oh, okay. And that was it. That was the driving force that said, that's fine. I can do this then. And went to college and did really well and came out on the other side as an AP Calculus teacher. And say it's pretty cool. So.
And what was it that you majored in college?
I had a degree in math and secondary mathematics education.
Okay.
So secondary being high school.
Right. All right.
Yep.
That's awesome. So another question we have, if you want to ask this, the day in the life.
Oh, yeah. Walk us through a day in the life of you.
Oh, gosh. Yeah.
Morning, school,
Yeah.
night, everything.
Yeah, cool. So, let's see. All right, I get up, I get ready for school. I have a kindergartner over at Forest Elementary School, so I drop her off.
Represent.
That's right, FES. And drop her off, and I drive right over here to the school. And I get here. Miss Lightfoot and I are usually the first two people here for the most part. Mr. Eggle comes in a little bit after that, but Miss Lightfoot and I spend our mornings. Usually, we walk the hallways. Every morning, we go about 1.5 to 2 miles. Miss
Wow.
Lightfoot.
That's
Yeah.
awesome.
Yeah, so we just do laps after lap after lap. Sometimes Miss Witt will join in, and she'll join us. So that's my mornings, and then about 8:25, the doors open, everybody starts coming in, and it's just that's probably my favorite time of the day is just that morning before school. So it's super casual. You've got some students that come in a lot and just hang out in the room. You get to have some casual conversations. I get to talk to the other teachers because otherwise we don't really get to chat a whole lot during the day.
Right.
And then I don't know one of the things I love about teaching high school. Every hour of your day is different. Every class during the day is different. The dynamic is different. My first period meshes together in a different way than my second period does. And even just speaking of that, my second period class, it's a group of kids that I've had for 2 years now, which is so much fun. I love that. You really get to know people. You really get to see students go through some really cool changes. And I love that. I feel very blessed to have that opportunity to see those final 2 years for some kids. And then get to third period, and it's just a totally different group altogether. And every group has their one thing that makes them like my favorite.
Right.
So that part I do love as well. And then I've got fourth period learning coach, which we all know is, I don't know, I don't want to say a circus, but about like a circus. And then, so that's fourth period. And with e-hall pass, it's like constantly dinging and, if someone's here, accept this pass, that part I could do without. But, and then we get into fifth period, and boy, that's a different change for me too. Fifth periods, and they like to challenge me sometimes, but I really enjoy that class a lot. And then I have my planning period. It's my one moment during the day where it's quiet. Sometimes, as long as I'm not doing any coverage, sometimes when we have teachers out, the rest of us will have to fill in during our planning period. So some days it's busy, grading, making copies, responding to emails, making phone calls, whatever it might be. And then some days during sixth period, I'm like, you know what? I'm going to take this time off. I'm going to give myself permission to just sit here, do some shopping online, whatever it might be that I find myself doing there in sixth period, sometimes just sitting quietly.
Sometimes you need a mental break.
Yep. I know. And sometimes it's just a mental break.
Yeah.
And then finish off the day, seventh period. I have a whole 6 students in that class.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Is that
bulky?
Yeah. I mean, they get a little rowdy. No, I'm kidding. they're super, super laid back. But that's cool, too, having just 6 people in a class. So, but it's great. And then after school, back to Miss Lightfoot, we usually hit the gym, actually here at JF.
You guys use the weight room?
Yeah, we use the weight
Really?
room. We sure do, yeah. So in the personal fitness room, she and I, in fact, today was Monday, so we'll do some like strength, some arm, triceps and biceps. And then we try to hit like the big weight room on Tuesdays because usually football team's not in there. And we'll do some like leg day on Tuesdays.
That's
awesome.
Yeah. So we do
using your resources.
Yeah. I know. I mean, and it's free. Why not?
Yeah.
Right.
All the stuff's here. So that's usually the day. And then I go home, have 2 kids at home, and
I have a question for you. Why high school? Do you like the dynamic of high school better than like elementary or middle school? Like, what was the?
I mean, high school. It's cool. It's I can talk to students like they're real people. And I don't know. I feel like those relationships really last is from those high school years. So I love teaching. I could never see myself doing middle school. Gosh, never. And then I could never do elementary school. Absolutely not.
If you were to pick another career, what would it be? Or would you not even think of picking another career?
No, I have thought about this a lot.
Oh, okay.
So I actually have 2. One of them, I would love to be a dentist. I know that's kind of totally different track. But I can remember I had gone to the dentist one day and I thought, gosh, why didn't I ever think about being a dentist? They really have
They just get the hygienist to do all the work for them.
That's what I'm saying.
They walk in, check your teeth, they're like, oh, good to go.
That's what I'm saying. And so I thought, okay, they make good money. They kind of make their own hours.
Yes.
A lot of them have their own practices. And I feel like, too, you don't really have to tell somebody they're going to die.
Yeah.
Like doctors have to do that all the time.
Right.
I could never do that. I'm not built for that. But I mean, what's the worst you got to do? Come in and say, hey, you know, we got to do a root canal. That might hurt a little bit.
You got a cavity.
Yeah,
Right.
that's going to hurt just a little bit. But, I mean, I don't know. I feel like most of their job, the people who go to the dentist on a daily basis are people generally probably who take care of their teeth.
Mm-hmm.
So the worst you see are some root canals or some cavities or whatever it might be.
And you're getting paid like crazy.
You get paid.
Yeah, you
I
get
know.
paid pretty well.
I just feel like it's pretty cushy. And if there's any dentists out there that think it's different, please contact me. But I don't know. I feel like that would be cool.
Yeah.
Now, one thing I don't think I would like about I like to talk to people.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't feel like that's a relationship building occupation. And so that's why I like high school. So that's one thought. And then the second thought, I think, if I could ever do anything, I'd love to own like my own shop, like sell like a little boutique.
I can definitely see that personality
Yes.
when like the being a part of like the junior class and stuff, like the T-shirts and the whole prom stuff.
Right.
It's just like I see the business side of Miss Hevener.
Yeah, I would really enjoy something like that. Now, but again, it's like that's a lot of work, a lot of time away from your family, and family's really important to me.
Yeah.
So it's hard to beat the teaching gig because of our schedule. You know, we get time off in the summers, we get spring break, we get Christmas break, we get all kinds of time off. So
that's
hard
awesome.
to beat. So
do you have any more questions?
I'll let you keep going.
All right. Kind of like our last question, if you will. It's kind of like, what is your a message that you can send to the people of the school listening? Like some takeaway that you can give them. You could think about it for a second.
From
if you
things
need.
that you've learned, please take your time. Well,
that's tough. I think about JF. I think about my students a lot, and I always think like, what would I say? And sometimes I take a minute and I'll write it down, and then that gets lost somewhere. But I don't know. Gosh, you didn't warn me about that.
I'm sorry.
You should have said that. You asked me. That should have been what you said you were going to ask me.
Take as much time as you need.
But what am I going to do to fill this time? Gosh.
Me and Burke can talk. Burke,
Yeah. Gosh, you talk.
how are you doing?
I'm all right. Just still stressed with school, you know.
Stressed with school?
Yeah.
You got any exams coming up?
We have the AP Lang exam coming up tomorrow.
AP Lang.
I don't know that the multiple choice on that is pretty difficult.
It is. It's intimidating, but I'm kind of confident with it. Especially,
I do feel prepared.
Yeah.
I do. I think Mr. Munson has done a really good job.
He's done an excellent job.
Done a very good job.
How's tennis going?
It's all right. We played Liberty Bedford today. I think they have like 5 players.
Oh, you play them today?
Yeah.
What
I used to
time?
play tennis in high school.
Oh, really?
I did, yeah.
Was that the
Like for
only
years
sport
and
you
years.
played? Or
No,
did you
I
play
was a
sports?
cheerleader too.
Oh,
Cheerleader.
But I played tennis like from middle school on. Yeah. I was like big into tennis.
that's awesome.
You probably hear it because Callius and Jack.
Oh,
are-
yeah.
Oh,
Jack.
yeah.
I got Jack.
Oh, Jack.
He's
Jack's into tennis.
Jack's a handful.
Just a little bit.
Yeah,
Yeah.
just a little bit.
That's
Likes
who we
it a
need
little
to get on here for the
Ooh,
the
yeah.
level the playing field.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Agreed.
That'd be good.
Hey,
Yeah.
submit your votes on the Google form.
Yep,
You can
they're
see Jack Riordan.
in the
Let's see
website.
it. I'd like to
Agreed.
hear that.
All right.
Message.
Okay. And as soon as I leave, I'm going to have all these other things.
Right.
that
It's
I should've
okay.
said.
It's all right.
Okay, it's too much pressure. I don't know. I think high school is a small time in your life. A lot of changes, a lot of different things that happen. Very important time in your life. But it's just a small time in your life. There's a lot of really cool things that happen after high school. A lot of big changes that happen after high school. I just wish people would enjoy their time more with friends. I
Yep.
mean, this is the only time in your life, really, when you actually get to be every day with the same people.
Yeah.
Which for some people is not necessarily a good thing, but for others, like, this is it. This is cool. They get to be with their friends every day.
Yeah.
Right.
So take advantage of that time. And I don't know. I wish people believe in themselves a little bit more.
Yeah.
I like that. Some kids really believe in themselves, and I think that's really cool.
Mm-hmm.
And then there's a lot of people who just don't have any faith in themselves, no confidence. And I wish I could see a little bit more of that in some people. There's a lot of reason to have confidence for some people.
Yeah.
We just don't see it as
Pushing
much,
yourself to get out of your comfort zone is a really cool thing. I've seen a lot of people do.
Yeah,
this year and
yeah, for
stuff.
sure.
Yeah.
Especially becoming like a junior and stuff with all the. I mean, we're pretty hammered with a lot of schoolwork and stuff.
Yeah.
I mean, this is the most schoolwork I've ever had throughout my
Agreed.
whole school life.
Yeah.
But I mean, it is kind of like rewarding to look past this and be like, I'm gonna be a senior next year. I get to choose my path. Like,
Right.
I get to see what I'm
Yeah.
gonna be.
This
Like-
year has definitely been worth it. I
Yeah.
will say that.
I will say that.
It's been great. I mean, we lost 2 years, we'll say.
Yes.
Yeah.
And so it's been cool just to be back.
Prom was amazing.
Prom.
I'm gonna
Oh.
say. I mean, that's biased, but
That was fun.
amazing.
That was a lot of fun.
Yeah.
I
That
was
was a lot of fun.
super nervous, but I tell you, I don't think there's very many schools out there that can say 600 students all in one room together and no issues.
How about national news?
Mhm.
And get
How
on
about
People,
that
in People
national news?
Magazine
Yeah.
and on
Yes.
Fox News. I mean,
Crazy.
I can't. Proud is an understatement. That I am extremely proud of our
Yes.
students at JF.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Agreed.
that's and I can feel it from the families of Zane and Anna that
Oh,
they
yeah.
are like
I
they
mean,
feel love.
I remember walking into your room and being like, "Do we have the form made?" And you're like, "Yeah, we have it made. I have Zane and Anna on there." And like, let's try to get them. Like, we want them on. We want them to be prom king
Yeah.
queen. And I was like, "All right, this is awesome." Like,
Right.
and then I started going around. I was like,
Advocating for it.
"Yeah, Zane and Anna, they're on there." And people were
Yep.
like, "Oh yeah, definitely." Like, they already. There wasn't even much needed to
Right.
do. I mean,
I
people.
I didn't know that they were dating for years.
Oh yeah, since like middle school they've been together.
I was very
It's
unaware
awesome.
of that. Yeah,
They're the
that's
It's so
coolest
cool.
kids.
crazy experience.
Yeah, they're so sweet. They love each other. I mean,
Oh,
they
yeah.
genuinely love each other,
Yeah.
and it is really cool to see that unfold with them. Yeah,
Mhm.
it was really cool. And I mean, I was willing to fudge the numbers a little bit, but I didn't have to. I really didn't have to because
Yeah.
when
Good.
those votes came in, and I'll tell you, we had more votes this year for prom king and queen than we have ever had.
That's awesome.
And
Yep.
it was an overwhelming majority. Over 50% of the votes
Wow.
were for Zane,
That's
and
awesome.
over 50% of the votes were for Anna. Not to say we had some really awesome people on those
Yes.
ballots,
Yeah.
but you couldn't compete with. I mean, Zane
No.
and Anna. They're
Yeah.
pretty cool.
They are.
They're awesome. All right. Well, I think that's it. Unless you have any more questions.
No, I'm all good. This is
All right, Miss Hevener. Thank you so
Yeah.
much for coming
Yeah.
on. We hope you have a good rest of your day.
All right.
Same.
Yeah,
All
you
right.
too.
Bye bye.
Bye.